Hi guys, so today I thought I would do a video where maybe you could get to know me a little bit better, and I'm going to do a 50 facts about me video. So I think I'm just going to get started on the facts. I have them all written down in my notebook. So here we go. So my age, I'm 25 years old and I'm 5'7". My foot size is 7.5. However, it's really hard to find shoe sizes that are 7.5, so usually I just have an 8 because it's easier, and obviously I can't go for a 7 because that would hurt. My natural hair colour is sort of a reddy sandy colour. When I was little it used to be a lot redder, but I think because I've dyed it so many colours over the years it's just kind of gone like a sort of sandiness. When I was little, my mum once walked into the kitchen to find me with a pair of scissors cutting my waist-long hair up to here, so Bobsville from then on in. When I was little, I lost my first tooth at infant school. We were eating dinner and I lost it in a potato waffle. They're waffly versatile, not so great for teeth, and that was a thing. My first album was Spice by the Spice Girls. It was 1997, I think it was, and I was very excited. I went to Woolworths with my dad to buy it. When I was younger, I was really obsessed with Jacqueline Wilson books. I had like all of them up to a certain point, obviously, and I used to love it. I loved Double Act, Tracy Beaker, and Illustrated Mum was great, and I really loved the Girls trilogy. I got to meet Jacqueline Wilson once in Waterstones. She had a lot of silver rings on, and I remember just being like really fascinated by how many rings she had on. I've met Phil Harding from Time Team and also Brian May from Queen, and that was only actually a few weeks ago. That was crazy exciting, and I was a little bit starstruck by that. When I was younger, I tried out rainbows and I wasn't really a big fan of it, and then I ended up going to Beavers, Cubs and Scouts, so there you go, like girls can join too. Me and my brother once made a family newspaper. We used to try and type it up on Word. I cannot remember what it was called for the life of me, and it was nowhere near as good as the good old Gella Yella. But speaking of sitcoms, when I was at school, me and my friends Stephen and Claire decided we would write a sitcom. It did not go well. We are not good at writing sitcoms. That is what I learned from that whole saga. Also, while I was with Claire once in town, I decided it would be a good idea to drink a large strawberry milkshake and eat a McFlurry, and then I threw up everywhere. Pink strawberry milkshake. Ice cream is my favourite food, despite the throwing up incident. I'm not a massive fan of like chocolate or fudgy ice cream, but I do love fruity ice cream, especially tropical ice cream. I really love mango sorbet. I know it's not an ice cream, but I love it. On the flip side, I hate spicy food. Or it's not that I hate it, it's just my body cannot deal with that at all. I am the person who gets the korma. I'm sorry. Can't change it. I suffer from a serious problem called hangry. If I am hungry, I will be the angriest person. Just feed me and I will be like that lovely, nice person again. But otherwise, boy, that's a bad mood. I love tea. Typical British, I guess. My favourite is, there's a brand called Clipper, and I love their Assam and vanilla tea. However, it's really hard to find. There's only one place I know I can get it for sure, where I live. My favourite sweets are Giant Straubs by Haribo. My favourite colours are pink and gold, although I do really like duck egg blues and like cornflower blues. I just think they're beautiful. I am a Capricorn, traditionally sort of organised and authoritative. I'm sure people would be nodding at their screens now if they knew me. Winter is my favourite season. I love winter. I'm a winter baby. I was born in December and I always just loved it. It's like Christmas then my birthday, like perfect. Perfect. Double presents. I've always been insistent on that. I love crime dramas. Poirot is like my all-time favourite crime period piece, but I also love Midsummer Murders, which I'm rewatching right now, and I love Jonathan Creek, like, so much. He's my spirit animal. My favourite film is Clueless. I love Clueless. I think it's great, and I have nothing else to say about that, because if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it, and I love Paul Rudd. When I was younger, we used to film videos. My mum's friend had a VHS recorder, like camcorder video thing, and we used to do dramas and plays and make up little stories and skits. And I remember once we were doing the Spice Girls and we were singing Wannabe or Say You'll Be There or something, and halfway through on the recording you could hear my dad say, "Lucy, I don't think Spice Girls scratch their bums on stage." And I remember really not being cool with that, but hey, live it, learn it. I love Disney. I love it so much. It's always been a massive thing in my life. I love the songs and the music and the stories, and I just think they're wonderful, and everyone should see Disney films. And if you don't like Disney films, you haven't seen enough Disney films, or you've only watched Disney films from like a certain era, I'd watch more Disney films, that would be great, and then we will talk more. I can watch things on repeat over and over and over again if I love it. So Disney films, literally I'll watch it and I can watch it again. Music, I'll listen to the same song over and over again. I don't care, I'll watch it. I don't tend to seek out new shows though, which is bad. I'll just watch the shows that I know I love. If I have a song in my head, I have to listen to it immediately, or it will never be out my head. It will stay in there for days and days until I can track somewhere down to listen to the song. I don't have a favourite song. I think it's crazy to try and like pick a favourite song out of all the millions of songs out there, but I do know all the lyrics to Baby Got Back, so that's really quite a talent, I think. Your girlfriend drives a Honda, playing workout tapes by Fonda, but Fonda don't have a motor in the back of her Honda. My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, huh? I have two things that I really hate. I don't know if I call them like phobias. Maybe phobias. I do tend to be like, about it. First one is polystyrene. I have a really funny issue with dry texture, and polystyrene is just the epitome, and it's disgusting, and it shouldn't be a thing that's allowed in Britain today. Also, flying things. I hate things that can like fly in my face, like moths and crane flies especially. And do you know what? Like, I don't really like birds either. I think, oh, they're in a tree, that's nice, but I don't want them near me. Bit of a weird one. I love having my blood taken. I don't know why, I just really enjoy it. I could be a phlebotomist. I would take your blood. I'd love it. Okay, my bad habit is taking things too far. So if someone's telling a joke, I always take it a little bit too much, one step further than it needs to go. Some places I've been are New York and Madrid, and I really loved it, and I'd love to do more travelling in the future. My favourite place is Cumbria. I was born in a town called Penrith there, and we went back every single year as kids, and I still go up now, sometimes twice a year, because I love it so much, and I love to visit lots of places there. My favourite flowers are peonies and irises. Older people, maybe like 50 plus, call me Lucy Locket. I don't necessarily mind that they call me Lucy Locket. People have been calling me that like my whole life. Like the nursery rhyme, Lucy Locket lost her pocket. The best beauty tip that I can give and that I've ever been given are eyebrows are sisters, not twins. I spent so much of my life trying to get them absolutely perfect, and you can't. It's not a thing. I'm an extremely messy person. I do have a wardrobe. I like to have things strewn about, things in little piles. But that also means that I make a lot of lists to try and make my life a little bit more organised. The first job I had was a paper round, but the second job I had was quite interesting. I worked at a shop where you picked your pottery and then you painted it in the shop and they fired it for you. That was quite cool, but I had to do lots of washing up, so I wasn't really a fan of that. When I was younger, I used to do lots of sports. I used to play football and basketball, and I even played lacrosse before, and I really enjoyed doing those things, but I broke my foot and had to have a couple of operations in it, and now I find it quite hard to do sports. But I do love swimming, and I do swimming when I can. I love dogs, but I've never had one, and I'd love to have one in the future. I have had 4 hamsters though. The first one I had was called Coffee, then I had one called Albus, then I had one called Aloysius, and now I have one called Mordecai, and I love him so much, and he's very cute, and he's the best ever, and I love him. I can't drive currently, but I'd love to learn in the future. I'm hoping to learn at least in the next 2 years, although I have been telling myself that since I was 17. My favourite board game is Monopoly, and my favourite computer game is The Sims, especially The Sims 2. I could spend all a day on it. I love word puzzles and I love crosswords, and if there's a crossword sitting there, I will start doing it. In the future, I'd love to work in the wedding industry, either doing makeup or wedding planning. I really love the idea of being involved in someone's big day. I have a boyfriend called Chris. We've been together since 2008. In June we will have been together for 7 years. My biggest pet peeve are people biting their nails. It drives me crackers. I don't know why people do it, it's horrible. I currently live in Southampton. We've lived here for quite a long time now, 22 years. Last but not least, I get teased a lot because of the way that I say things. I tend to have flat A's, so I say grass and bath rather than saying bath and grass, which is a problem when you live in the south. So that's everything. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you liked it, please thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next Monday. Bye! And yeah. I really like that. That was good. That was good. Cut that out. And that was crazy exciting. I haven't got anything to say about that. Just stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking rubbish. So, stop saying so. Gonna be a lot of cuts, Lucy. Future Lucy, there's gonna be cuts. If I was on stage, I'd totally scratch my bum. It's okay to scratch your bum. That's not going in this video. It's a nightmare, but it's my nightmare. You're not gonna put that in either. She's wet, gotta go in like a turbo vet. Untie the magazine, saying wait. Okay, maybe I don't know the words. So your girlfriend drives a Honda, playing workout tapes by Fonda, but Fonda don't have a Honda in it. No, that's not it either. My favourite power, to try and make my life